Hello, what's going on, everybody? I'm here, YouTuber Games, here to read some Reddit. Yes. And the story I'm reading is my almost invincible Dragonborn Barbarian gets killed by shitty PCs. And if you don't know what PC is, it's player character. So the setting is Tomb of Annihilation. We're in level 5, Gears of Hate, and have been at this campaign for a little over a year now. I have had this character from the beginning. My character is the level 9 Dragonborn Barbarian, who is pretty OP in his own right, but has spirit of one of the trickster gods who gives you a 23 dex. Coupled with my 19 con almost gives me an AC of 20 and a max health of 112. Not only that, but also I have a ghost hamp, which stabilizes a player when he hits 0. And I have a black key which gives you 9 lives. Super difficult to kill, right? Wrong. One week I couldn't make it to a game session, and seeing as our party is quite small, we almost had to cancel it. But I allowed a party member to play my character so we could advance. DM sends me this message after the session's ending saying, meat shield for everything. That the PC had basically used my Dragonborn as a meat shield for everything, which is fine. I usually do that anyways. However, what they had done was use my character to check every single trap. They couldn't be bothered to find a solution around the traps. My character just bounded right through them. The cleric wouldn't even again. Eventually, was completely pulverized and couldn't come back to life. So what the PCs do. So what the PCs do, they stole his gear and threw him in the lake. Note, these characters are mainly good with a natural thrown into the mix. But they were jealous that I had such an OP character. I told the DM that I would never play with them again. And I would start my own campaign. TLDR. Shitty PCs kill my character just to steal his gear. And this is an update from the creator. So you guys want more info? Sure. LOC, I'm best friends with one of the players and had never played D&D before. He invited me in. And at that point they were already halfway through the campaign. I rolled my character with him and it was a very generic roll apart from con 19 and strength 18. I'm new, but I knew more or less how to play as a big crit roll fan. I went in, and my character, being a barbarian, is quite gun-ho, so he likes a good fight, and isn't big on puzzles. Sometimes he would be used to trigger traps, which is fine because I'm a barbarian. But there wasn't really a big problem until we started getting OP artifacts. One character got an item that gave him 23 strength. Another one got a item that gave them 23 con. So on, so on. Everyone was OP, but we did fight over some of the items. And the DM is one of the guys who just likes to let things play out and isn't really confrontational. My party likes to take time with traps and puzzles, as most of them are intelligent-based characters and can't afford to take damage. There's sometimes pushback when I wanted to just go in. But that was just me just being new at the game. I eventually toned it down and did listen to the party more. Our party is weird in the sense that OOC, they didn't like another member, and they were trying to get him killed off so he wouldn't come back. Also, whenever a character dies, they steal all of his stuff. Party really wants my gear, and basically means you can't die in the game. And in fact, the Dex 23 item was someone else's we traded it for, and he wanted it back. In essence, they may have just been annoyed at me for being too aggressive. Party member wants some of my gear, but I still think the escalation to kill me outright like that just for my gear. DM told me that they killed me to get my gear, as I had obvious valuable loot. That is the first story in this thing, written by r/u/Jesse176. Their story will be in the description if you wish to watch it. Read it yourself. The next story we have is by I can't pronounce that. Our next story is by u/Ethernal DM98, called DM kills two of my characters back to back. Sorry for the long post, but I've been going back and forth on whether or not to post this. But anyways, here it goes. After playing a campaign that was slowly going nowhere, one of the players in the group asked about our interest in having him DM. We all agreed, and we're all excited to try out more gritty war campaign, and hopefully not to have to put up with the DM NPCs that constantly took the spotlight. I rolled a tiefling rogue. I know, why not just have him a human fighter if I'm going to be that basic? But I made the character charismatic, stealing things and popping it back to the characters for a few laughs. Generally, I enjoyed our characters. We arrived at the outpost where the army is stationed, and we all get some sleep. Next morning, the DM starts laying out some info. DM, you notice that people are sat by class. What do you want to do? OC, where are the rogues? DM, downstairs under the mess hall. OC, I'll go to them to see what potions they have for sale. Once he goes around the table asking the same question and says there are a lot of people sitting at dark tables and hanging around in the corners, playing cards, looking at weapon stands, and in general just hanging around. I go up to the potion stand and tell him I'm looking for the strongest potion I can afford. We didn't have much money, and I just want to do a little extra damage. Nothing crazy. The potion vendor pulled out a wooden vial and set it on the counter. Since I can't see in the vial or hear anything moving, I think it's empty. I then ask, out of game, how do I know it's not empty or fake? DM, he hears you say then, grabs your arm, pulling out a knife, dripping the blade in the vial. Me. OC. What? I said that when I was speaking out of character. DM. He slices your arm. Make a death saving throw. OC. No, this is ridiculous. A DM. That's a fail then. Roll another. OC. Fine 5. And so on until my character died and his body was looted by the rogues of the area. I was generally pissed off and told him I had to leave because of family stuff. It was also getting late, so the next session I showed up as an arcane archetype, ripping off the idea of Bloodhound from Apex Legends. But the character concept was interesting to me. So I get introduced, shenanigans happen, and we go out. Basically, we were tracking some type of creature, ended up finding a card. By the time we got to the broken down card, it was late. And I had work in the morning, so I had to leave. They all said it was okay, and I went home. The following morning, I got a message from the DM. The DM saying, since you left, your character never left the card. And the area was overrun with goblins, who then killed your character. We argued for a few hours, with the party backing his decision to kill my character. Ever since then, I haven't played a game with them since. And everyone who's heard the story agrees the DM was being a dick. TLDR. DM spends his first 2 sessions of campaign killing my character for an out-of-game question, and killing my character when I wasn't even there in the session. This is the end of this video. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful day.